In today's video, I'm going to be going over the 4 key growth strategies you can use to go from 0 to over 10,000 targeted engaged followers on Instagram. Not only will I be telling you these strategies, but actually jumping into my computer and onto my phone to walk you through how to implement them. And these techniques are not techniques that will get you spammy followers that don't engage or don't care what you've got going on, but instead highly targeted, engaged people who will turn into leads and customers for your business. Regardless of whether you're a coach, an e-commerce business, an agency, an affiliate marketer, or a personal brand. Now, these are the same strategies I've used to grow the likes of Millionaire Dream to over 500,000 followers, work with huge clients like we helped Russell Brunson go from 40,000 to 500,000 followers on Instagram, and countless other clients similar to them. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to create amazing content, how to do your hashtag research, how to actively grow your Instagram with pretty much the best active growth method, and then how to use Reels to go viral, hit that next level of growth. And I've got a bonus strategy that I'm going to be revealing later in the video, so stay tuned and keep your ears peeled for that. All that I ask in return is that you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. So diving right into it, first things first, content. This is so important, it's insane, and so many people gloss over this. Now, I get a ton of people reaching out to me over the DMs and on email that are pretty much asking me the same question, and that question is, Josh, I've been doing everything you say in your videos, but I'm still not growing. How do I fix this? And I hate to be rude, but the honest, uncomfortable truth will help you a lot more than a comforting lie that gets you nowhere. 99% of the time, if you are consistently putting in the effort to grow your audience and you're following all the strategies that I talk about on my channel and you aren't growing, it usually comes down to content. Your content may not be amazing, it may not grab attention, it may not serve value to your target audience, or it may just be the same as 100,000 other accounts on Instagram posting the same thing. Now, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you around creating content is to first identify the follower or the customer you're trying to attract to your profile and how you can serve them, how you can create something that is going to be interesting to them, that they will enjoy, that they will value. And when you create content they value, they're going to react to it positively. They're going to like it, they're going to share it, they're going to engage with it, they're going to tell their friends, and it's going to help benefit you a lot. And then you can start slowly working on better design tips and better storytelling. But if you've got that foundation of content that serves your customer, because at the end of the day, that's the main thing, you can't really add great design tips and great storytelling onto shocking content that doesn't help anyone and expect it to do well. Start with content that serves your target follower and then add in storytelling, design, etc. The first type of content I'm going to show you how to create is a very simple one that anyone, even with zero design experience or expertise like myself, can do. So I've got my phone here, I'm on Twitter. All you have to do is literally tweet out something that is going to help your target customer. So I'm just thinking of this on the spot, but I create content on my Instagram at Cleverpreneur, if you're not following it, which helps people build and monetize their audiences on Instagram, and I touch on YouTube occasionally. So I'm going to want to do something that can provide value to someone trying to build their Instagram following. So Instagram marketing is simple. Understand the target audience you are looking to attract, work out what is of value to them, then present it in an eye-catching way. Instagram marketing is simple. Understand your target audience. Instagram content Instagram content is simple. Understand the target audience you are looking to attract, work out what is of value to them, then present it in an eye-catching way. That there is a piece of content. Now, this is the literally only reason that I have Twitter on my phone. What you can then do is screenshot this tweet. We're then going to bring it up. I'm going to crop it so that we'll leave the username in, but we don't need all this other junk. And then that there is a piece of content, and that took me like 30 seconds to make. Now, before you post your content, what I've done is I've pulled up Canva on my phone. What you're going to want to do is make sure that it is 1080 by 1080, and not all tweets will be that like that. Like if you have a short tweet, it'll be less. If you have a longer tweet, it'll be thicker. And what happens when you just screenshot the tweet, crop it, and then post it is it comes out looking really weird in your profile grid. So if it's all the same dimensions, like if all the content you post is the same dimension, then it looks a lot better. So I've got Canva on here. All you're going to do is just add the tweet. So I'm going to come across to uploads where I've uploaded it. Got it there. We're going to drag it to fit. There is an error with the cropping there. So we're going to just make sure that it fits. Okay, awesome. And then I'm just going to color the background black. Very simple to do. Center it and then save image. So that's a really easy way, especially for coaches, educators, inspirers, or any people along those lines can create great content very easily in that format, and that content does really well on Instagram at the moment. Now, of course, you don't have to create that style of content. You can create infographics like this. You can create carousels. Like here, I'll have a carousel pop up on the screen, or you can use photos of yourself or stuff about your company. Like there's a whole range of things. That's just one idea of content that you can create very easily that can serve value to your audience. It works really, really well if you're educating something or educating someone on something, which is what my agency does a lot of. We work with people who are educating, whether it's software companies, personal brands, even physical products in the fitness space and so on. Create content that serves your target customer. There's a simple way to do it. There's a ton of other design tutorials on YouTube that you can watch as well. Okay, so now that you've got your content sorted, it's time to do your hashtag research so you can start putting that content in front of new eyeballs passively on every single post and get awesome results like this. Now, when it comes to hashtags, pretty much what you want to do is find medium-sized hashtags that are highly targeted to your content and niche, because you only grow when you rank at the top of a hashtag, and the only way that you can rank on hashtags is being one of the better posts on that hashtag, and it becomes easier to rank at the top when there's less competition. So you don't want to be using the massive ones in your niche like hashtag fitness or hashtag motivation, because the competition on those is insane, and unless you've got hundreds of thousands if not millions of followers, it's going to be very tough for you to rank at the top of those. For example, on hashtag fitness, there is over 130,000 posts made on that hashtag every single day. And so the chances of you being in the top 9 or top 12 posts on that hashtag each day is going to be extremely hard. And now the reason why I say medium rather than just not big is because you also don't want to use tiny little hashtags, because you might rank at the top of them but no one's looking at them, and so you don't really get a massive benefit. Because there are other hashtags out there like hashtag girls fit with HIIT, so girls that are getting fit with high intensity training, that only has 677 total pieces of content on that hashtag since the release of the app, which is a long time. So you could easily show up as number one, even if you're getting 10 likes on your posts and very average engagement, but no one's looking at this hashtag or using this hashtag, so you get zero benefit, so it's a waste. Now, the tool that I use to find these medium hashtags that aren't too big so that I got no chance of ranking on them, but aren't so small that they get no reach, is called Flick. It's a simple to use hashtag research tool that uses AI to be able to help you do your hashtag research way better and grow your account faster. On top of this, they give you analytics to help monitor what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, and just really speed up your results. Now, they haven't sponsored this video, but I have been using them for years to get results, and that's why I recommend it. And so let's dive into my screen and I will show you how to use it. So dive into my computer, I've loaded up Flick. Now you can get a completely free 7-day trial of this if you use my link down below, and it's much appreciated. It does help support the channel at no extra cost to you. Now, what you want to do is first make sure your Instagram account is a business account, connect it to a Facebook page, and then you are going to log into Flick using Facebook. And so that way you don't have to give third-party access to Flick on your Instagram. Like, you don't have to give them your username and password to get in, which could leave you exposed to hackers, or even Instagram restricting your reach for using bots and so on. None of that is totally safe. And so what you're going to do is you're going to come here, you're going to click filters, and you're going to click smart filters. So Flick will use their AI to basically look at your account, look how many comments you average, how many likes you average, your follower count, like all of these different things, and create filters based on what's too big and what's too small for your profile, so you're only displayed with the most accurate hashtags. And so if I'm going to create hashtag sets for a fitness coach, for example, I am going to search a keyword in that niche. So let's say nutrition is one of those keywords. I search that, I've got the smart filters on, so you can see they are only showing me posts with between 5,000 and 652,000 posts on them. Nice medium-sized hashtags. What I'm going to do is sort it based on potential reach. So we get the ones that have got the highest reach for obvious reasons. And then I'm going to select which ones are relevant. So dietitians of Instagram, nutritious and delicious, nutrition matters, protein powder, pre-workout meal, and pretty much just a bunch of these that I think are relevant to the niche. So dietitian approved, eat better. I might not leave that one out in case it was a client that was disproving something, because in that case they're not approving of it. Nutrition is key, nutrition coaching, clean diet, lean protein. Maybe not everything's necessarily got protein in it. Functional nutrition and education, macronutrients, and I'm just going to select the ones that are relevant. Nutritional. And then all I'm going to do is search another keyword. So if I search fitness, that's another one in the space. And then I'm just going to go through and keep selecting hashtags until I've got a set of 30 hashtags. So fitness is life. I'm not going to select these country specific ones. Fitness motivation, fitness family, fitness model. These ones here don't really sort of fit what I was thinking. That are then not super targeted. Performance. Again, you want to make sure these actually represent your brand. And then the next one is going to be health. So this could be for a fitness health coach. And you can see it's very easy to find these hashtags using this tool. It's all sorted by potential reach. So healthier choices, healthier lifestyle, health blogger. And I'm pretty much, like I said, just picking 30 of these. Helping happier, better health. And then once we get to 30 hashtags, we are going to click down here, because you can use a maximum of 30 hashtags. You're going to click audit selection, and then Flick is going to go out there and make sure that none of these hashtags are banned, because some hashtags, believe it or not, are banned, and it is hard to know at first unless you actually look it up. So they'll make sure none of them are banned, which means you won't get your account restricted. They'll show you through the competition. They'll make sure none are banned. All of them are suitable for your size. Now, my account isn't in this niche, so I won't be using these hashtags, but I just wanted to give a different example. Then all you're doing is copying those to clipboard. You create new selection, and it is health. Just like that, you've done your hashtag research. You've got highly targeted hashtags that are of a medium size you are capable of ranking on, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can get a free 7-day trial of this using my link down below, and go ahead, get it started, get your hashtag sets, try it out, and go from there. Now, you can do this manually by simply searching keywords on Instagram, looking at the suggested hashtags, and then picking them. However, that will take hours and hours of your time to be able to find the ones that are the right size, write them all down, make sure they're not banned, look at the competition, and look at sort of what sort of engagement you need to rank on them, and all of these different things. Whereas with something like Flick or a similar tool, it may only take you a few minutes. Now, personally, I treat hashtags as bonus reach. So I focus on the process of creating interesting content and using the right active growth strategies that I can control, and then hashtag reach is a bonus. Some posts I will get a few hundred people reached from hashtags. Some posts I'll get a few thousand people reached on hashtags. Other posts, like this one here, I reached like hundreds of thousands of people, close to 500,000 from hashtags alone. And so some posts do amazing, some posts don't do well. And the reason that I don't focus on hashtags, I just treat them as a side sort of strategy to growth, is because you can control it. There's no, like, you can do your best to research the right ones and create content, but at the end of the day, some posts will do well, some won't. Whereas other strategies you have full control over, like creating great reels and the strategy I'm about to show you. So I treat hashtags as a bonus reach and use these strategies and strategies like influencer marketing, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but I will talk about in the future, as the focus. But still very important to go through, do your targeted hashtags for some nice additional growth. Okay, so now you've got great content, you've got your hashtag set up, and it is time to look at the next strategy to grow your account actively. Before I mention that, I just want to say that if you're a business that's looking to grow your audience on Instagram, you're going through this, you're loving it, but you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and you don't want to implement it yourself, you want someone else to come in and do it, feel free to book a call below with my agency and we will chat to you and see if we can help you do this for you, create all your content, do all your hashtags, posting, all of this to generate leads and awareness for your business. Subtle plug away, moving on. Growth strategy number 3 in the right order. So create your content, do your hashtags, then jump onto this. And that is the $80 strategy, coined by the one and only Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, pretty much this is where you go out and you find where your target audience is hanging out, what accounts they follow, what hashtags they follow, and you go out there and engage with them. By then engaging with them, you're getting in front of them, thus seeing your account pop up. A percentage of these people will come back and check out your Instagram profile, and then from that, some of them will follow you and turn into leads. The good thing about this is because you've got such a personal connection with these followers, like let's say I was commenting on a hashtag that's all about Instagram growth, and I found a ton of people who are trying to grow their Instagram, and I just jump in there and comment and give them some straight to the point advice on how to build their Instagram profile. And then they click through to my profile, they find me, they follow, they've already been given personalized tips and tricks from me, they've got a great connection, and so when they find my account, they're much more likely to engage and be an engaged follower. That's how come sometimes you see these accounts that just have really great engagement with a small following, is usually because they've used this strategy. It's also a super effective way to skyrocket your reach, because by commenting on all of these accounts, you're getting reach from these profiles, because people are then seeing you on this profile, they click through, they find your account, and if you're leaving 10, 20, 50, 100 comments a day, that's 100 new places that people can find you every single day that can drive reach, awareness, and sales on your Instagram. Now, again, I use a Chrome extension to help me with this. You'll notice that I usually use tools for my Instagram to make the process easier. So for content, I use Canva, and I actually have a designer that helps me. For hashtags, I use Flick. For this strategy, I use what's called the $80 tool, which is simply a Chrome extension which helps you track things and keep it all in order, so you can organize what you're doing, track what you're up to, and it just makes it simpler to follow. It also allows you to queue your comments. So if you want to go and leave 100 comments in the morning, if you were to do that all within the same 20-minute period, then Instagram would think something weird's up. They might think it's a bot and they may limit your reach. However, with a tool like this, if you're doing it through your desktop, it can queue them to comment on your behalf throughout the day. So that helps you a lot. It's totally safe and approved by Instagram as well. Now, like the previous stuff, let's dive into my computer and I'll show you how to do this. So diving into my computer, you can see I've loaded up the $80 Chrome extension. Once again, this does not need your password to log in and then go and comment on your behalf. This simply, as long as you're logged in with Chrome on your Chrome browser to Instagram, and you've also got this Chrome extension added, it will be able to see the comments you're leaving and keep track of everything to help you get better results. I'm in the target section here, so you can see I've got 5 Instagram sort of tips-based hashtags, 5 profiles over here. What I'm going to do is come across to posts, and then I can wait for these to load. My Wi-Fi is horrendous. And I'm just simply going to go and engage on these posts, which are all about Instagram marketing. So chances are the people who are posting this content are either trying to learn about Instagram marketing or teaching Instagram marketing. And if they're teaching Instagram marketing, their audience are trying to learn. If they're learning, they're trying to learn. So either way, I'm getting in front of a ton of people who are trying to learn about Instagram marketing. And what I'm actually going to do is go across and look at the recent posts on these hashtags, not the top ones. And I'm just going to go through and engage with these people. Now, this one here, not in English, so I'm not going to comment on it. It's not my target audience. This one here, you are the greatest project you will ever work on. What are you working on right now? Let me know below. So I'm just going to drop a comment in here that is relative so that it grabs their attention. So I'm just going to keep something simple, like great message. Currently working on a YouTube video going over the 4 best strategies for IG. And I'm actually including this comment as part of it as a demonstration. Have an awesome day, Courtney. Boom, just like that, a genuine, real comment. You don't want to leave stuff like, hey, or love this, or great post. You want to actually leave a thoughtful comment. And so if I go off this post, you can see today I've posted 3 comments, and that was my first one on the app, but I also did 2 earlier in the day on the desktop, which it tracked. So it doesn't matter whether you're leaving comments through the Chrome extension or actually on Instagram, they can see it all and they make sure you don't overdo it. Because if you do too many comments during the day, then you will get what's called an action block, which isn't great, and pretty much stops you from commenting, sometimes stops you from posting, and sometimes limits your reach. Again, this post here is not in English, and so it's not really my target audience. So I'm going to keep scrolling through these. Can I be real with you for a second? When a potential client schedules a consultation for me, so I'm just going to try and skim through this. Oh no. Today I'm committing to posting consistently for 30 days, 3 times a day at a minimum. Want to make the commitment with me? Okay, so she is basically talking about people getting overwhelmed with social media, and she's committing to posting 3 times a day. That is a lot. Good on you, Claudia. Here's what to do. 1, create your content strategy, batch your content, make sure you add value, use hashtags. Great post, and totally agree with you, Claudia. Oftentimes it's just another thing to add to a busy day. However, as you mentioned, batching content is absolutely life changing when it comes to being able to post consistently. It helps me massively. I'm even batching content right now with a YouTube training. Say hi. And boom, again, another genuine comment that is serving people. Now you can do shorter comments, but it's just about putting yourself out there in front of potential people who are likely to turn into targeted followers for your business, for your profile, for your theme page, whatever it might be. Now, granted, this does take time. It might take you 20, 30 seconds. It might take you a minute per comment. If you can spend an hour a day getting 60 comments out there in front of highly targeted people, that is a great way to bring targeted followers back to your account, especially if you are a business. If you are a business, this is hyper effective. If you're a theme page, for example, and you are doing 60 comments a day and it generates you 5 followers per day, let's say, and you don't really have a plan to monetize, then it's a lot of time to spend to gain 5 followers. However, if you are a business and you spend an hour a day leaving 60 targeted comments on potential customers' profiles, and you gain 5 people who fit the customer avatar for your business, it is not unfathomable for one or two of those people to turn into leads or customers. And if you're selling a product that's hundreds of dollars or a service that's hundreds of dollars a month, that can quickly add up and become very profitable. Like for myself, I've got a course which is $300. If I spend an hour a day engaging with people and I generate one course sale, that's $300 from an hour's work, which is very effective. Or I've got services which start from $1,000 a month. And so if I can pick up one client, very effective. And that goes the same for any of you business owners out there using Instagram. Whilst these strategies might not gain you hundreds of followers per day, it gains very targeted people who you can easily turn into customers for your business. And like I said, this strategy compounds. So whilst you might start off only gaining a handful of targeted followers per day, over the months, these targeted followers stack up. They engage with your content, which helps you rank on hashtags, which helps you rank on the explore page and helps you build your momentum. So you might be gaining 10, 20 followers a day from this strategy for the first 2-3 months. And then you might start notice your posts start taking off and start hitting the algorithm. That's all because of these foundations that you have built using this strategy. Now, once again, if you want to get a free trial of this $1.80 tool, you can get an entire month's free if you use my link down below and use the code GROWTH2021, I believe with a capital G. It is case sensitive. And if you put that in, you'll get a free month where you can use this tool and keep yourself accountable. I think that is one of the biggest benefits of this tool, is not only the ability to sort of keep track of what hashtags and accounts you're engaging on, but to keep you accountable. Set yourself a goal. Are you going to do 10 comments per day every single day for the next month? Or are you going to do 50 or 100, depending on how much time you've got to invest? And you can then stick to that every single day. You can see how many you've done every day. They've got leaderboards and activity reports. I'm not going to look at my activity because this week I've been shocking, but you can use all of these features to keep yourself accountable and grow your account faster with highly targeted followers. And once again, you can do this strategy without a tool like $1.80. You can just go onto the app and engage with people. However, personally, the reason that I use it and that I've used it for such a long time is that accountability, the ability to track things, and the ability to it just speeds up the process by being able to keep track of the accounts, the hashtags. You can look at the previous comments you've left and simply copy them across to new comments if you see a similar post where you can leave a relevant, valuable comment. And it just helps you do that in general, which is great. It's going to help you skyrocket your reach, the strategy. By just consistently doing that, it drives a ton of people to your profile who can potentially turn into leads and customers for your business. And then now let's get on to the fourth and final strategy of how to explode your growth on Instagram and get serious results on the platform. I do have a bonus thing to mention at the end, like I said at the start too. Before I do get into the strategy though, I just want to mention that as I've sort of briefly touched on throughout the videos, I will leave links to all of the tools that I use down in the description of this video, and I will also include the discount codes that I have. So I've got a discount code, like I said, for $1.80. There's also a tool that I use called IG Blade, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but I've got an exclusive discount code for that too. So if you want to get any of these tools at a discount and support the channel, I will link those down below. Okay, so at this point, you've built a solid foundation of content. You've got great targeted hashtags that is growing your account passively, and then you're actively going out there and engaging on other people's content to gain targeted followers with the $1.80 strategy. Now it's time to go crazy viral on top of this solid foundation with 2 words: Instagram Reels. You've heard me say that a million times, I'm sure. Everyone's talking about them because they are ridiculously effective. But don't just use any old random Instagram Reels. You want Reels that receive a high click-through rate. So when people see it pop up in their feed or when they look at your profile, a high percentage of people click on that Reel. And then when they click on that Reel, they watch it through for a long period of time, which is going to show the Instagram algorithm that it's great content. If you can nail those 2 factors, then your Reels can go crazy viral. Just take a look at a friend of mine, Tash, from @TashInvests on Instagram. She currently has 27,500 followers and consistently gains over 1,000 new followers per week. She's had weeks where she's gained 3,000 or 4,000 followers, and she's not really posting that much content to her feed or spending a dime on influencer marketing. All of this is thanks to Reels. Or another friend of mine at The Anxious Investor, who went from 0 to 10,000 followers in 10 days just using Reels, and I documented that on this channel with this reel. Or another friend of mine, Hebe, who again I made a video on this channel, from at Hebe Heom PT, who is consistently getting over 100,000 views per reel and exploding her online fitness coaching business. Or another one of my accounts at Millionaire Dream, which managed to gain over 20,000 new followers from a single reel. Okay, enough social proof. How do you do it? Now, it varies a lot niche to niche as to what's specifically working the best. But really, it comes down to what I consistently preach about Instagram growth. Understand who your audience is that you're trying to reach, and to deliver to them valuable, insightful content. The main difference with Reels compared to doing this in your feed is you've got a much higher chance of going viral and reaching tens, if not hundreds of thousands of new people. Feed posts don't have that same viral factor. It's more of like a compounding growth over time. So if you're an expert, an educator, a trainer, a software business, work out who your target customer is and what they're trying to learn, and then create informative reels teaching them that. Like, for example, if you're a software company that has a software that helps people with YouTube growth, such as TubeBuddy, the tool that I use for my YouTube. If TubeBuddy, you're watching this, the reels you should be making is educating YouTubers on how to grow their channel. Some of this can be specific tips and tricks of how to better use TubeBuddy, but you can also create content that would just educate people on how to create better videos. So an editing tip to help YouTubers, or how to create more interesting content, or how to come up with content ideas, or how to write your description to use SEO, or how to use TubeBuddy to grow your YouTube. All of these different ideas that can serve your target audience, because when you're creating this content that's interesting to them, they're going to watch the video over and over and over to learn from it. For example, if I saw a TubeBuddy reel come up on my feed and it's how to grow your channel in 2021, I'm going to watch that because I want to learn that. Whereas if it's a video like why TubeBuddy is the best, or why you need to use TubeBuddy, I don't care. I'm not really that interested. But how to grow your channel, that's what I'm trying to learn. Boom, they would hook me in. Here is an example on my account: how to gain 100 followers per day. That is the thumbnail. Very enticing to the right person who is interested in growing their Instagram. You can see all of my recent videos have been about how to build your audience on Instagram, how to grow a following, because that is what my target audience is interested in. So I have to have a thumbnail that hooks them in. But what about creators who aren't necessarily a coach, or businesses who aren't necessarily educating people on anything, and it might be a bit more of a mundane business? No offense. Well, in this situation, you need to get creative and really think about it. And this is where hiring a consultant or someone along those lines to give you specific advice could help, because there are so many different situations here. For example, I was talking to a subscriber of the channel, Kane, who plays professional football for an Australian team. And I actually recently got to watch him play against New Zealand's professional football team, the Phoenix. Massive crowd, awesome game. But anyway, the idea came up for him to create Instagram Reels was he's trying to build his audience as a footballer. So I was like, what you want to do is you want to create a question sticker. You want to create a question sticker, put it on your story and say, what do you want to know about being a professional footballer? And then he's going to get a ton of people ask him different questions, like, what's your diet like? What's your training like? Do you enjoy traveling for games and getting to experience new places or not? How does this work? Who's the best player you've played with? All of these different ideas that his audience is clearly interested in, and then he can individually create reels for each one of them. And he can create a reel answering a day in the life of a pro footballer. Do I like doing this? Do I like doing that? What's the worst part? What's the best part? All of these different ideas that are going to be interesting to his target audience. So sometimes you just have to get a bit creative with these and think about what your audience wants. Now, I do go more in depth into Reels inside my full program. So if you want to check that out, again, I'll leave links below for that. But that pretty much wraps it up. So to sort of give you a conclusion of how to grow your audience. Number one, first, nail your content. Make it awesome. Make it valuable to your target customer or follower. Better than your competition if you can. But just think of your content as a way to connect with this target follower that you're trying to get. Number 2, do your hashtag research. Find highly targeted hashtags that are medium sized, not too big that they're too competitive, not too small that they don't get any reach. Best way to do this is with Flick, free trial, link below. Third, start using the $80 strategy and the $80 Chrome extension to engage on hashtags and accounts in your niche who have your target follower to get in front of them and get your account in front of these people to increase your reach, increase your growth, and generate more customers. And then fourth, start adding in Instagram Reels to give you that viral aspect and to drive people to your profile. But don't do this until you've got the other stuff nailed. You have to do these steps in the order that I've presented them. Because if you use Instagram Reels and you go viral, but then there's nothing great in your feed for people to enjoy, you're gonna go viral, reach a bunch of people, and it's just gonna give you a bunch of followers who aren't engaged, because there's no feed content for them to engage with. There's no great content there. And then the fifth and final bonus tip that I wanted to go over to improve your results on Instagram. I'm actually going to give you 2 here. The first one is collaborate with other people who have got your target audience. So really work out and find a bunch of accounts in your niche who are posting similar content with a similar audience size and work together with them to both help each other grow. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean to go with your competition. Like, for example, I put out a ton of content on Instagram marketing and Instagram growth. I don't necessarily have to go and collaborate with another Instagram growth expert because we're kind of just doing the same thing. However, I could find someone with a similar sized audience who teaches YouTube marketing or Pinterest marketing or Twitter marketing, and they're going to have the same target audience as me, but they're teaching something different. So I could go on their channel, on their Instagram account, and teach their audience all about how to use Instagram for business. And because their audience is business owners who are trying to learn social media and they learn Twitter from that person, then I come in and teach them Instagram. That's valuable. That's the target audience I'm trying to reach. And they come on my Instagram and teach all about Twitter and how to use Twitter to grow your business. So you don't necessarily have to go with your competition. I think that's a misconception that people have. Whilst you can do that and get great results with that, I've done lots of collabs and cross promotions with other people in my niche. Some people don't like that. Some people, aren't for that. You can definitely go out there and find people in different niches, but with the same target audience. And the other bonus tip is share your content to Pinterest. So many people don't know about this, but you can simply share your content to Pinterest to give you additional reach, and it takes like 10 or 15 seconds per post to do. And that wraps up this video. As mentioned, everything is linked below. There is links for tools that I have recommended in this video and that I personally use. There is a link to book a call with my agency if you want us to do this for you. There are discount codes for the tools that I use. There is links to my freebies, to my paid courses. All of that is in the description, so go take a look at that. I hope this video helped. This is massive. It's just about an hour of recording. Probably will come down to like 40 minutes or 35 minutes once it's been edited. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know the biggest takeaway you got from this video in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video sometime soon. Cheers.